Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Yasir Gulfraz and today's topic is monitor and control the implementation of strategic plans. Uh, if anyone is there, can you guys see my screen and can you hear my voice? So if there is any issue regarding during my session, please do let me know. Okay, so in today's lecture, we will focus on how to monitor and control the implementation of strategic plans, ensuring that strategic plans are executing effectively in an important part of achieving an organization's goal. Contents developing key success factors to monitor the implementation of strategic plans, developing a time schedule for implementation of the plan and analyzing potential risk. What is strategic plan? What is monitoring process in strategic management? A strategic plan is an organization's roadmap for defining its strategy or direction. It involves making decisions on how to allocate resources in order to pursue the defined strategy. The process of strategic planning ensures all priorities are established, and it often includes control mechanisms that guide the strategy implementation. In a sense, strategic planning provides a framework for decision making that align with organizations' long-term goals. Uh, the overall approach in strategic management, monitoring the strategy is uh, very critical. Monitoring involves regularly reviewing action plans, assumptions, and strategies. So this ensures that objectives are being met and that any necessary adjustments are made in time. Monthly reviews of action plans and quarterly reviews of strategic assumptions and implementation plans help maintain focus on long-term objectives. Any questions so far? Strategy as a plan. So a strategy in its simplest form is a plan. This definition suggests that strategies are developed conclusively and purposefully in advance of the actions they are meant to guide. This forward-looking nature is essential for any organization aiming to achieve long-term objectives. Uh, in the military, for example, strategy refers to drafting plans for war, shape individual campaigns, and deciding on specific engagements. Similarly, in game theory, strategy is defined as a complete plan that specifies the choices a player will make in every possible situation. This definition underscores the idea that a strategy must cover all potential scenarios. When we talk about management, if you see here, uh, strategy serves as a unified, comprehensive, and integrated plan. It is designed to ensure that an organization's basic objectives are achieved. This approach focuses on bringing together various aspects of an organization's resources and capabilities aimed to provide a competitive edge in the marketplace. Any questions so far? If anyone is there? What is risk in strategic management? Risk is an inevitable part of uh, strategic management. Strategic risk management is the process of identifying, quantifying, and mitigating any risk that could affect a company's strategy objectives or the executing of its strategy. Risk is strategic management could stem from several sources, including shifts in consumer preferences, technological changes, or market disruptions. So, Peter Drucker emphasized that strategic planning is a continuous process. It involves, here you can see what is strategic planning. So, according to Peter, strategic planning is a continuous process. It involves making decisions based on the best strategic planning, also require systematically organizing activities to implement decisions while constantly measuring the outcomes through feedback mechanism. This process helps organizations remain adaptable, allowing them to adjust strategies when unexpected risk arise. For example, shifts in consumer demand could require businesses to adopt their products or services. This flexibility is essential for mitigating potential risks and maintaining a competitive advantage in the market. Any questions so far? Okay, strategic into action, develop a monitoring and control system for the implementation of strategic plans. Developing an organizational strategy is a complex process that requires careful analysis and decision making. Leaders develop significant time and resources to selecting strategies that they believe will secure their organization's a long-term success. However, developing a strategy is only the first step to achieve success. The strategy must be effectively translated into action. So, strategy into action process involves three key steps. If you see here, strategic analysis, strategy choice, and strategic implementation. So, strategic analysis, examining the organization's current position, including internal and external factors. In strategic choice, deciding on the best course of action from the available options. And finally, strategic implementation, turning the chosen strategy into concrete actions and operational plans. Uh, First is then implementation. Strategic implementation is the process by which an organization translates in its chosen strategy into actionable plans and achieve activities. This ensures that the organization is moving in the direction set out in the strategy. Achieving strategic objectives requires careful coordination of resources and activities uh, across all levels of organization. Johnson, Scholes, and Whittington identified three key elements for successful strategy implementations. Organization for successful, enabling success, and managing strategic change. Organizing for success involves deciding on the appropriate organizational structure should the company operate through our regional divisions such as European, US, and Asian. How much uh, autonomy should these divisions have? Choosing the right structure can significantly impact the effectiveness of the strategy. Next is enabling success. This refers to aligning resources with the chosen strategy. For example, an organization may need to require new human resources or invest in fixed assets to support the implementation of a new strategy. Managing strategic change. Uh, Implementing a new strategy often involves change. Managing change effectively, especially by addressing employee concerns and resistance, is important to ensure smooth implementation. So each of these elements plays a critical role in translating strategic plan into operational success. Any questions so far? Okay, organizing for success requires making fundamental decisions about an organization's structure. When a new strategy is introduced, the organizations may need to adjust its structure to better align with the strategy. For instance, a company may need to switch from a fundamental structure where departments are organized by functions. For example, marketing, finance to a divisional structure where divisions are organized by product lines or geographic regions. Another important aspect is managing key relationships within the new structure. This includes deciding the degree of centralization or decentralization. For example, should decisions be made centrally by the head office, or should individual divisions have autonomy? These decisions affect how strategy is implemented and how successful the organization will be in achieving its strategic goals. Parenting style also plays a significant role. The parent company may decide to take a hands-on or hands-off approach when managing its division, depending on the nature of the strategy and the divisions themselves. Uh, what control measures are required to ensure strategies deliver? Uh, Long-term strategic plans are essential for organizational success, but they must be broken down into smaller, so more actionable tactical and operational plans. These short-term plans and target enable organization to monitor their progress and ensures that they are on track to achieve their larger goal. An effective performance management system is important in this process, as it ensures that both progress and the achievement of the strategy can be monitored and controlled. The primary idea is that by meeting short-term operational goals, medium-term targets will also be met, which eventually leads to the achievement of long-term strategic goals. To monitor progress effectively, organization needs to identify critical success factors and set up appropriate key performance indicators or KPIs. These KPIs help measures performance and track whether the organization is making adequate progress towards its strategic objectives. Finally, enabling success, the third one point of strategic plan. Enabling success is an organization is highly dependent on the relationship between overall business strategies and the strategies developed for specific resources areas. Resource strategic typically include plan for people, information, finance, and technology. There is a two-way process in which the implementation of a new strategy must be worked out, such as how the strategy impact technology needs. At the same time, changes at a functional level, such as the implementation of new technology, may drive strategy change. So this interaction is particularly important when an organization's strategy is driven by its core competencies. Additionally, business must ensure that their overall strategies are translated into functional strategies for areas such as marketing technology. These functional strategies must support and align with the broader organizational goals, ensuring that resources are effect, efficiently allocated for maximum impact. Any question so far, if anyone is there? Okay, managing strategic change during strategic implementations. So, successful strategy implementation requires careful management of organizational change. When transitioning to a new strategy, it is not only the system and structure that need to be managed, but also the people and routines with the organizations. This process involves two key elements. First, there is the change of overcoming assistance to change from staff members who may be reluctant to adopt a new process. And second, it requires leadership that encourages and guides staff towards making these changes successfully. So, changes to the organization's business process may also be necessary to accommodate the new strategy. This could involve altering workflows, revising roles, and managing these transitions effectively is essential for the organizations to move towards and successfully implement its strategy. Uh, Monitoring and reviewing strategic progress. So, monitoring and reviewing the progress of strategic initiatives are vital to ensuring that strategies are working as intended. Regular assessment allows an organizations to determine what is effective and what is not, enabling adjustments to be made to plans and strategies as necessary. This process is also an opportunity to address any new workforce or organizational issues that may have arisen during the execution of the strategy. Goal setting is a central part of monitoring, which involves several steps. First, the organization must define its mission and corporate objectives. This is followed by conducting a marketing audit to analyze the current situation. Tools such as SWOT analysis, we discussed in previous two lectures what SWOT is. So, SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So, this helps provide a clear understanding of internal and external factors. Once the situation is understood, marketing assumptions, objectives, and strategies can be created along with forecasts of expected results to ensure effective implementations. Alternative plans should be developed and resources should be allocated, monitored through detailed action plans and marketing budget. Any questions so far, anyone, if anyone's there? Okay, the key role of key performance indicators in strategic plans or KPIs. Key performance indicators or KPIs are essential tools for tracking the success of strategy implementation in the strategic planning process. KPIs can be directly linked to the achievement of strategic objectives. For example, KPIs may be designed to measure success from various perspectives, such as customer satisfaction, operational excellence, or financial growth. So, in the customer perspectives, KPI might focus on providing low cost, high quality, and responsive service. In the internal perspective, measures could include benchmarking operational cost against competitor, reducing defects, and improve product cycle times. Any questions so far? Three recommendations for using KPIs. Uh, Aligning key performance indicators with strategic objectives is important for the successful implementation of strategy. KPIs must be directly relevant to the organization's strategic goals to ensure that they provide accurate insights into performance. These alignments allow for better tracking and monitoring during regular strategy reviews. It is also important to integrate KPIs into a broader strategic management framework to enhance their effectiveness. One of the most widely used framework in is the balanced scorecard, which links KPIs to strategic objectives from multiple perspectives, including financial, customer, internal business process, and learning and growth. So, careful selection of KPIs is essential due to limited resources available for monitoring and analysis. KPIs should be selected based on their relevance to strategic objectives. A balance between forward-looking and backward-looking measures and their comprehensibility. The criteria for selecting KPIs should ensure that the organizations focuses on the most critical areas for success while maintaining a holistic view of its performance. Example example of key indicator performance. In many sports organizations, a common goal is to increase the number of members for participants. For example, a football club may aim to reach 10,000 members, which 5 years it becomes necessary to regularly monitor the number of members to determine progress towards that goals. In this context, the key performance indicators would be the number of members. As it is simple to measure, a target can be set for uh, members, or as it is simple to measure, a target can be set for each year of the 5 years plan, with the number of members being the KPIs for this goals. Uh, However, not all strategic goals have such obvious KPIs. Basically, in these cases, management must carefully consider how to quantify progress and success for more complex objectives. While some goals are straightforward to measures, other requires more attentions, deep indicator to assess whether the organization is moving in the right directions. Any questions so far? Okay, here different difficult to measure objectives and their KPIs. Uh, when dealing with the objectives that are difficult to quantify, it becomes essential to identify appropriate KPIs. The following examples demonstrate how to assign KPIs for such objectives. For instance, to increase the quality of progress, one might measure desired results in competitions, track reported injuries, or monitor the number of complaints. Similarly, when improving facilities to national standards, the completion of constructions or certification can serve as KPIs. When attempting to increase the number of support clubs in region, a possible KPI could be the presence of clubs in key cities or the number of fully constituted clubs in specific areas. For sponsorship revenue, a target amount such as securing a major sponsor or reaching a total revenue figure can act as KPIs. In all these cases, KPIs must be clear and measurable to effectively assess whether an organization's objectives are being met. This allows management to compare what was intended with the actual outcomes, enabling informed decisions and adjustments. Any questions so far? Okay, critical success factors. Critical success factors are essential elements that organizations must achieve to be successful in their respective indicate industries. These factors are particularly valued by customers, and businesses must excel in them to outperform competitors. In the automobile industry, for example, critical success factors or CSFs might include the design of vehicle and an efficient dealership network. In the food processing industry, new product development and good distributions channels could be critical. Each industry has its own set of CSFs that are critical to maintaining competitiveness. CSFs often relate to the product features most valued by customers, such as satisfying in car or health aspects in food. These factors drive performance, and measures target for CSFs are known as KPIs. When developing strategies, companies must consider how well their capabilities align with the critical success factors of their chosen market. This alignment is vital for competing profitably. Success of CSF critical success factors, several factors influence the development of critical success factors. In any organizations, first, the industry in which the business operates is significant as such. Industry has its specific CSFS, for example, compliance with an environmental regulations regarding exhaust emission is CSF in the automobile industry. Second, the company's situation within its industry must be considered, including its competitive strategy and location. A company that competes based on quality may develop CSFs around identifying and delivering product features that consumers value most. Third, the broader environment, including economic conditions, political factors, and consumer trends plays a role. For example, uh, in times of energy shortage, ensuring a stable supply of energy could become a critical success factors for many companies. Finally, certain temporary issues within a company, such as liquidity problems, can shift priorities. Company may focus on short-term cash management as CSFs uh, or critical success factors to ensure its survival in challenging financial circumstances. Understanding customer needs and developing CSF. Uh, when developing critical success factors from customers' needs, several important considerations should be kept in mind. Customer buying decisions are often influenced by a variety of motivating factors. CSF must focus on the factors that most directly influence these decisions in consumer market. Using information technology system to understand customer preference is critical for success. It is also important to recognize that customers have certain basic exceptions known as threshold features, which all products must meet to compete in the market. These may include reliability or fitness for purpose. CSF will vary depending on the market segment being targeted. For example, when buying a car, some consumers may prioritize reliability while others might focus more on style or price. The organization must regularly reassess its monitored CSF as customer preference and market dynamics can shift over time. How to manage strategic risk for organization uh, success? Several companies provide example of how failing to manage strategic risk can result in lost opportunities for business. Failure, Kodak, for instance, was once a leader in photography and even developed early digital camera technology. However, the company to fail embrace the digital transitions resulting in decline. Blockbusters, one dominant player in video rental, failed to adopt to the streaming era, leaving just one store in operational today. Similarly, MySpace, one a major social networking platform, was overtaken by Facebook. So, due to its failure to innovate, these companies did not foresee the strategic risk ahead, which led to their downfall. Strategic risk management is critical to avoid these kinds of failures. Companies must look for ahead and assess the challenges posed by market shifts. Technological changes and emerging competitors, often these challenges are rooted in the organization's culture where resistance to change, uh, uh, s- s- uh, innovation, and misalignment values can prevent the company from adopting. Any questions so far, if anyone is there? Strategic risk management is a process used by organization to identify, assess, and manage risks and uncertainties that may arise from internal or external events. Uh, These risks could affect the organization's ability to achieve its strategic objectives. The ultimate goal of strategic risk management is to protect and create value for both shareholders and stakeholders. This process is important because it allows organization to anticipate and mitigate potential threat to their success. For example, when companies develop and launch an online channel to adopt to changing consumer habits, they are changing in strategic risk management. Companies like Tesco with its online shopping platform and Amazon with innovations like Amazon Go are examples of businesses that identified a shift in consumer behavior and adopted their strategies to meet these new demands. By doing so, they minimize risk associated with falling behind in the market. However, launching new channels introduce various sources of uncertainty that must be managed, such as the feasibility of the project, external factors like competitions, the execution of the strategy, and whether the new initiative align with the company's overall objectives. Challenges of implementing new strategy. Certain strategies may be beyond an organization's current experiences, capability, or resources. These strategies often face unique challenges that can hinder their success. For instance, initiatives that fail to gain proper stakeholders support or underestimate their complexity may struggle to be implemented effectively. Additionally, new strategies might have an unidentified impact on operational effectiveness, making it difficult for the organizations to achieve its goals. Another critical challenge is the potential impact of new strategies on the existing businesses. Uh, if, for example, a new product or service could lead to loss of goodwill or customer satisfaction if it is negatively affect existing offering. External forces such as emerging competitions, new regulations, and unexpected opportunities can also impact strategy implementations. These forces may require the organizations to change its priorities, adopt its resources for modify its strategic goals. So by recognizing these challenges, organizations can better prepare for the complexities of implementing new strategies. Type of strategic risk. Different sectors and industries face various type of strategic risk. The specific risks relevant to a business depend on factors such as the sector, product range, and consumer base. However, there are some broad categories of strategic risks that all organizations should consider. Review the effectiveness of the strategic plan. A strategic plan serve as a guide to management decision making. To ensure their effectiveness, these plans should be regularly reviewed by the organization's management. Regular reviews allow strategies to be evaluated for their performance and the impact of any specific significant changes in the business environment to be considered. So, a strategic plan should not be regarded as fixed for its entire duration, as various factors may require adjustments. Monitoring the strategic plan, it is recommended that organizations review their strategic plans on a quarterly basis to ensure they remains aligned with the company's goal and external conditions. Management should measure the extent to which key performance indicators have been achieved during the period. KPIs provide valuable insight into whether the organization is making progress towards its strategic objective. Uh, if the existing strategic plan becomes unworkable in any significant way, it may be necessary to formulate a new plan. This can happen for various reasons, such as changes in the market environment or internal challenges that make the original strategy uh, obsolete. So by regularly reviewing KPIs and assessing the relevance of the strategic plans, organizations can adopt to new circumstances and remain on a course to achieve their goals. Resources and strategies initiatives. In in strategic management, resources are categorized into the four main groups: physical, operational resources, human resources, and financial resources, and intangible resources. So each type of resource plays a vital role in the implementation of a strategy. It is important to understand the available resources and how they contribute to strategic goals. Equally important is recognizing resources shortages, as these can limit the success of a strategic initiative. An organization must evaluate how its resources might evolve in the future and plan accordingly. Any questions so far, if anyone is there? Financial evaluation or review. Financial evaluation plays an important role in determining whether a strategy is acceptable and feasible. Strategic management accountants are responsible for conducting financial analysis that assess the potential return and risk of a strategy. Tools such as NPV or net present value analysis, return on capital employed, or sensitivity analysis, and expected values are often used to determine whether a strategic initiative will provide the desired return. These methods help evaluate the accessibility of a strategy. Feasibility, on the other hand, focuses on whether the necessary resources are available. Cash flow forecast help identify funding needs, while budgeting helps allocate resources for the strategy. NPV is also NPV, net present value, is also used to discount future cash flows and calculate the overall financial value of a project over time. Any questions so far? Okay, strategy and ecosystems. Strategy can be defined as a long-term plan that aim to achieve competitive advantage. So there are different level of strategy, including corporate, business, and functional strategies. We discuss in our first and second lectures as well. Corporate strategy focus on the overall direction of the organizations, while business strategy targets individuals, business units, and functional strategy deals with the specific areas like marketing or operationals. So keep in your mind very important points. Corporate strategy focus on the overall direction. Organize business strategy target individuals, business units, and functional strategy deals with specific areas like finance, marketing, or operations. So several models of strategy development exists, including rational, emergent, and incremental approaches. Rational models involves detailed planning, while emergent strategies evolves over time in response to changing conditions. Incrementation focuses on gradual changes, and freewheeling strategies allow for more flexibility. Uh, the concept of the organization's ecosystem is important for understanding strategy in modern business environment. Ecosystem includes all entities that interact with the organizations. For example, here you can see that heading is a Apple ecosystem. So in the case of Apple, its ecosystem includes software developers, suppliers, retailers, competitors, customer learning institutions, and governments. Apple ability to maintain its competitive edge depends on how it's navigate and manages relationships within these ecosystems. Trade wars, regulations, and technological advancement all affect Apple strategies planning. External factors such as competitions and legal regulations are critical in shaping the company's strategic decisions. Apple ecosystem is a prime example of how an organization must work within a complex network of stakeholders to remain competitive. That's it. Here some references and websites for further reading. Also, you can visit your learning management systems, and some books are available there as well. So thank you very much for joining me this morning, and uh, tomorrow is our last session of this strategic management series, which is assignment session. So I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 o'clock for our assignment session. So thank you very much. If there is any questions, issues, or concerns, you can drop me an email at yasir@ukversity.co.uk. Thanks very much. Have a good weekend, and see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Bye, everyone. Bye for now.